Dear 20s, why didn't you tell me that your first love is a tattoo time cuts out of your skin with a blunt knife? Asks you to sew your skin back together with fingers crippled with arthritis. It's taking me months to forget you. And to realize that you're not the man that I used to love. You're different now, indifferent now, selfless now, you're selfish, and I wish that I felt less. Dear 20s, why didn't you tell me that honesty is citric words rubbed across gaping wounds? Anisa, I don't love you. Still stings. Months after the words have lost their acidity. And truth is, I wanted to punch you. Watch you spit out every lie you ever told and bleed all the love that I should have given to someone else. But instead, I cried. Dear 20s, why didn't you tell me that if it hurts like this, then it's not love? Because love shouldn't leave you in a hospital bed. Love is never noose, it's umbilical. Feeding you, it's reciprocal. Healing your soul, it's biblical. Love is never bleeding waterfalls or white wings breaking, crying on the concrete. I was left forsaken, and I've been hurt so many times it made the God in me awaken. Dear 20s, why didn't you tell me that the person I was most afraid to lose could walk out of my life and I could use the space that they left to dance and to spread wings that I never even knew I had, that I could fall again and again and again and again. I could rise with a passion as ferocious as waves carving their names into life's shores, that everything I believed to be true could crumble like a deck of cards in the wind. But I will rebuild. That pain is a weak sandcastle that only lasts a matter of seconds, and I can rebuild. Dear 20s, for all the things that you didn't tell me, I learned that tomorrow is a paper plane and I am uncertain of its arrival. So today, I'll strap my fears to my back and skydive into seconds and moonwalk into minutes and tango with time, and I will dance. So let's dance. Because I'm 20 now, but one day, the music will stop. Ooh, so the next poem I'm going to share with you guys is called Letter to a War-Torn Syrian. And I noticed that when I was watching the news, I started becoming very desensitized. Whenever I would see children dying on TV or houses being bombed, I would sob. I would just start sobbing, and my mother and my brother would look at me like I was crazy. But the more I watched the news, I realized I started feeling less and less. And I wrote this poem to remind myself that behind every statistic is a family. From an apologetic black girl to a war-torn Syrian, 1. I am sorry that the same hands we use to turn off our TVs when we see your children dying and wearing blood for skin are the same hands we will use to put our own children to sleep. 2. I apologize for the kids who have death as their imaginary friend, still wondering when this meaningless war would end. I tried pretending that the war wasn't real, but when I wrote this poem, my page turned into a cemetery 3. I am sorry. That bombs have no eyes. They can't tell the difference between the 10-year-old girl walking home from school and ISIS-5. Most of all, I am sorry that my apology is nothing but 2 fingers raised in the air in the middle of a war zone drowned in gunfire, but I will raise them anyway. This poem is nothing but a weak lifeboat, attempting to stop me from drowning from my own guilt and my own shame, because I know that my country is partly to blame, because I know that my brother and your brother may have different skin, but they still bleed the same. So from every Australian who wishes, we could wipe your blood off of our government's hands. We are sorry. Today, the world's children have put me on trial. Today is Judgment Day. So tell me, what do I say to the boy in Congo who lays wait in a refugee camp, scared and scarred, barred by visions of war, waiting for someone to tell him that his future is worth fighting for? But my silence is a machete he will use to slit his own throat before the rebel soldiers get to him. So tell me, what do I say after I have spent my whole life saying nothing? To the girl who clenches her bedsheets like she is trying to hold on to her innocence, trying to fight off an uncle 4 times her age from breaking every window in the house of her 6-year-old body. My silence is red, and my silence is the blood between her legs. And I didn't know if I should say that line on stage, but I had to. Because when my mother was broken, she was the exact same age. Today, tears and trauma tangle themselves into a rope and wrap themselves around the pupils of the children forming this courtroom. So tell me, what do I say after I have spent my whole life saying nothing? To the girl who's giving birth to a child when she's still a child herself. Instead of playing on a seesaw, she saw her body being turned into a prison, incarcerated behind the metal of her wedding ring. She's only lived through 12 years of her life. Now she has to spend the rest as someone else's wife. Today is Judgment Day. And the world's children have put me on trial. The judge has a face just like my future daughter, and she asked me to plead my case. How am I supposed to look at her and say that today, Mommy pleads guilty? I'm standing on Adelaide Street, getting ready to go head to head with my inner self. I tell my soul, look, I've never been in a fight before. And my soul tells me, girl, you're gonna learn today, ding, round 1. My soul punches me in the face and says, this is for the day you dipped your fingers in bleaching cream and tried to set fire to your skin like you were a sacrifice. Then all I could think about was 2004, black girl on the bedroom floor. I was 4, looking in the mirror, and all I could see is this beautiful black rose that only grows in the motherland. 4 years made me understand that flowers as dark as me find it hard to love our petals, but even harder to love our roots. Ding, round 2. My soul hits me with an uppercut, and my lips bleed all the words I never had the courage to say, like, Daddy, please stay. 'Cause now I hate your hands for not being there to hold me. And I hate your voice for not being there to console me. But most of all, I hate the fact that I could never hate you at all. And when tears start to fall down my cheeks, my soul said, I've been trying to fight you for weeks. I'm not trying to hit you hard enough so a dead body remains. I'm trying to take you on the trip back to memory lane. Then my soul hits me with a combo. Left, right, and I start seeing stars over my head. The same stars I looked up to in 2016 when I got my heart broken for the first time. When I was a slave to my insecurities. And I set my pride on fire just to make the wrong man stay. My soul said, look this way. Anisa, I am not done with you. Today I will kill you, then bring you back to life. This time with bigger goals and a smaller ego. Anisa, don't you understand? You are lucky to be alive. So today I will make you cry. I will make you bleed. I will knock you to the ground, and when you stand up, you need to stand up for the truth. Stand up for something more than you. Stand up because there are billions of people in this world, that there is no one just like you, Anisa. You need to stand up.